Let's be honest, there's no guidebook when it comes to relationships. So we end up having to stumble through life trying to figure things out for ourselves. What if there was a podcast that found the answers for you, that provided insight to build a successful relationship and ultimately find the companionship you've always hoped for? Welcome to the Girls Ask Guys show, where we answer the questions most people are afraid to ask when it comes to lessons in life and love. It's time to master this thing called life together with your hosts, John and Ashley.
And welcome back, everybody. Welcome back, all you gagsters, to the latest edition of Girls Ask Guys show, Corona version. We are here to update you on the virus. It seems like there is no outside in sight, and we are all stuck at home. So we decided to take some questions from everybody. And this is actually a pretty good one about flaws. Now, I know that we have a show about how weird I am and how weird John is with our flaws, but we just wanted everyone to know that it's okay to have flaws. Nobody's perfect. And if you're spending a lot of time with your family right now, just remember,
yeah, people have flaws.
It's okay. You married them, so you should have already known what their flaws are. But to get into it, I guess the question really comes down to, would you rather be in a relationship with somebody with flaws or no flaws, or specific flaws? Which is actually a pretty cool question, considering we always talk about choosing your partner wisely. So I think I would have to go with somebody with specific flaws. What about you, man?
Yeah. If there's anything out there, yeah, some specific flaws be okay.
Because then you know what to expect.
Yeah, but just flaws in general. I'm not going to pass somebody up because, well, you don't have that specific flaw that I'm looking for. Because I imagine after 5-10 years, that specific flaw would be like drive me up the wall.
Right. I don't know. I think if I could choose a flaw in somebody, it would be someone who isn't pretentious. You know, someone who's like, I'm just too giving of myself, and I'm too generous, and I'm too this. I don't like people like that. So I try to avoid people like that. I'd prefer someone who was more of a selfish person, who can draw boundaries, you know, and even if those boundaries are terrible, you can fix that, versus somebody who's just so, I hate pretentious people. So I would choose not to have a pretentious person.
Yeah. There are certain flaws that I really don't go for. One is like somebody who always has to be in the limelight. They can't stand it when people are not paying attention to them. I don't mind it. If I'm the center of attention, I don't mind it, but I'm also comfortable just kind of stepping back and letting somebody else take the show for a while.
Yeah, I'm kind of like that. I don't mind being the center of attention, but of course, it happens inevitably sometimes, and it's whatever, but I'm pretty cool with people never knowing who I am. You know, I'm more of a fortune over fame kind of person.
Yeah, I'm more of the person in the background. I kind of direct everything. I'm the director. I kind of sit back there and just like, okay, you go there, you go there. I don't need to be up on stage winning an Academy.
I'm not a big fan of that. I'm not a big fan of public crowds knowing my entire face. I'm more of like I like seeing, because this goes into, you know, the type of person you want to be with, and you have to draw the line somewhere, as far as, you know, when it comes to being some sort of a celebrity and having a personal life. I couldn't imagine dating someone who does not respect the idea of a personal life, because I'm a very private person, and it makes me sick.
Well, the question that was sent in, actually, we have two very similar questions. The question that was sent in was, would you rather be in a relationship with somebody with flaws, no flaws, or specific flaws? Now, he goes on to say that he was speaking with another person, and they both agreed to preference someone with flaws to make us, let's see, it doesn't read very well, on a preference to someone with flaws that seem to make us feel more comfortable with our flaws.
It's a weird thing to say.
Yeah, well, if they have a similar flaw that kind of complements your own flaw, I can kind of see it that direction.
I don't know. I don't think of flaws in ways that they can. I just think of it as like a human thing. You know what I mean? I've never thought of flaws as something that makes me feel better or worse. It's just kind of. Yeah,
it's just kind of there.
Right, like you just have flaws. It's okay. And if I don't like those flaws, I'm going to remove myself from your life. It's. I don't know.
Well, it's kind of like my flaw, perfectionism. I mean, everything has to be like friggin' perfect, and if I get overly focused on something and I go into like the deep dive research where I just can't put it down.
Yeah, it gets kind of scary sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah, like what I'm currently going through with our course. And
he's having a doozy, guys. He's in like this whole rabbit hole. I'm like, all right, John, you just keep going, buddy. And I guess that's kind of like the thing is when you have flaws and perfectionism, yes, well, it seems like a great thing. It is kind of a flaw, you know what I mean? It's kind of like my lackadaisical attitude. It seems like I'm chill, but really I'm just lazy. you know?
Well, it comes across, with that one of just having to have everything perfect and it's just not getting there, but having somebody come up and go, look, it's good how it is. Trust me, it's going to work. Keep working on it, but you don't have to do it like right now. And then I can kind of push away and just let it be. And sometimes that's what needs to happen. So having somebody that can actually do that kind of makes me feel a little bit better about my own flaw.
Right. I don't know. I never really thought about flaws in that way. I mean,
neither have I, but it's kind of interesting.
When you think about it, when you say it like that, I'm like, well, damn, I do like to date people who make a little less money than me because then it doesn't make me feel like I'm garbage. And it's kind of funny that way. I guess I've never thought about it, and I don't really like that I had that thought, but it's true. I guess some flaws do make you feel better about yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, the part of the question that really kind of intrigued me, and the only reason that we really chose this one is because he goes on and he says, do you see it this way? Or is that manipulating your own personal preference in someone's qualities?
No, I think it's normal. I mean, I don't think it's manipulation if you choose correctly. You know what I mean? It can't be manipulation.
Well, I think if you actually set out to manipulate somebody, you can manipulate their flaws.
Right. And I mean, that just means you're a piece of shit. That I don't go for. I don't go for manipulating people. That's right. Don't get into a relationship and start manipulating. I don't know any other way to say that, but if you're getting into a relationship, you're trying to manipulate their flaws and all that thing. There's something wrong with you.
Yeah,
actually,
making them feel bad in order to get them to do something.
Yeah, right. Like you're guilting. Come on, be better than that. Be more mature. Be an adult. You don't get into a relationship with someone with flaws to make yourself feel better about yourself. You get into a relationship with someone with flaws because people are people and they all have flaws. You can't avoid flaws. And anyone who says that they are perfect is insane and you need to run away immediately.
Exactly. Yeah, because, I mean, it kind of goes with that follow-on question. That question came from the guy's side. Now, the other one, it comes from the girl's side. And this one kind of I read this one. I was like, okay, yes, somebody's got some problems.
Right.
Yeah. She asked, are flaws okay, or do you always need to be improving? Now, for me, flaws are okay. I mean, and we can improve on them. But like my own sense of perfectionism, I kind of get carried away with it, but I know that I have it.
Yeah, and that's good. It's good to recognize your flaws. I mean, of course flaws are okay. This is the thing, people. I'm going to say this one more time. Flaws are inevitable. They are perfectly fine. You are going to find somebody you like, and you're going to meet them, and you're going to, let's say your relationship progresses, you're going to see things about them that irk the living shit out of you. The question is, are you okay with that? And should you be evolving? Always. I mean, you'll never be perfect, but of course, if you know something's wrong with you, like, fix it or don't. You're an adult. What the hell?
Yeah, sitting on the couch all day, eating nothing but cheeseburgers and chips. It's going to have some negative effects.
Yeah.
Go out and try to improve. So that means get up, walking, exercising. I mean, don't have to go on a marathon run, but try walking once in a while.
Yeah, do a fucking push-up, you know?
Yeah, do more walking than to and from the fridge.
Right. I have actually started a new exercise routine if you guys would like to join me. I jog in place for 20 minutes on Bubble Rock. Now, it sounds dumb, but it is the best workout I've ever had. It's very fun. I tricked myself into working out because I am lazy. And I was like, what's going to be fun? I stepped on Bubble Wrap one day because I'm too lazy to pick it up. Whole new workout routine.
Yeah. I actually have a vibration plate, which if you want like an amazing friggin' workout, step on that darn thing, turn that thing up, and within
I can only imagine.
Yeah, that thing. Well, it's a 3-dimensional vibration plate, so it moves left, right, forwards, backwards, and up and down. About maybe 5 minutes into it, it's like, okay, time to step off this, because literally, I think about 10 minutes at 35 hertz, 20 minutes, it's like you've run 30 miles.
I can't even imagine.
Try holding I can't do it now because of my shoulder, but just putting my hands on it and letting that thing do its job is like doing a ton of push-ups.
See, you hear that, people? We have flaws. We both don't like to go to gyms. So what did? We evolved and we created things. I enjoy belt wrap. John has vibration plates, which I'm going to look up, by the way. Like, 'cause what it sounds like in my head, I highly doubt it's what it looks like, but I picture you becoming a superhero.
Actually, I stumbled across by mistake. It was because my aunt is a physical therapist. Now, she lives in another state. But
I was going to say irony, man. Irony.
Yeah, but she mentioned that they use vibration plates to help people in physical therapy overcome like ankle sprains or knee surgery, hip surgery, stuff like that. Well, I started looking more into it, and I found that people use these things. They are actually in gyms. If you go to some of the bigger name brand gyms, you might find these vibration plates set up, and that they use them as toners and stuff like that. But you can step on that thing and you can burn 2,500 calories in minutes, literally.
Yeah,
so
that's insane. That sounds like a lot of shaking, and I don't recommend this if you have epilepsy. But if it, like, truly, if you're looking,
there are some stuff that you do have to watch out for. So, any exercise regime, go check with a doctor first.
Of course, always. And if you guys are looking to evolve and you're sitting there listening to us with your, hand in a bag of fucking Cheetos and you're like, damn, guys, I really should exercise. Here's some ways to evolve. You just have to start somewhere. If you're one of those people who's an abusive piece of crap, I have friends, and I think it's more of a teenage thing. Like, when you're a teenager, you're very overdramatic and outspoken and wildly emotional. And, it ended in some relationships being abusive. And what happens is people say, hey, you know what? I don't like being an abusive piece of crap. So you know what they do? They change. And people, you have to be willing to change, of course. So if you have flaws, who cares? I mean, don't go out there and be like, as you guys know, something that irks me is people who are intentionally repellent to other people. Don't be one of those people. I have this, everything's wrong with me. And if you still like me after you hear all this, then we can date. No, yeah. Obviously put your best foot forward.
Okay, I want to go out with somebody, but here's all the stuff that is wrong with me. Please choose me.
Right.
Or you start eliminating people right off the bat. If you're not 5'2", size 2, I mean, okay, well, I'm not that. Okay.
Right. Intentionally repellent people. That is a flaw, just so you guys know. Thinking that someone has to like everything about you because you are, you're left-handed instead of right-handed, you're short, like, they already know these things. I got news for you. And also, nobody cares.
Yeah.
Nobody cares.
Nope.
Right.
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares at all. Nobody needs to hear everything that's wrong with you, because if they like you and they're still doing that shit, what's going to happen is this. You're going to go and blame it on all those flaws you listed rather than taking a fucking look at yourself and saying, maybe I fucked up.
And she goes on, because this is where this question kind of gets interesting. So she goes on, and she said, the guy told me that my biggest flaw was being concerned and caring.
That's bullshit.
Yeah. I said I'm okay with my biggest flaw being caring too much, and that my flaws make me who I am. And he pretty much ripped me apart and said that flaws aren't okay, and it's not good to be okay with your flaws. What do you think?
Okay.
I think we've pretty much answered that.
Right. And I think we found his fatal flaw right there in his 10 out of 10 for mental gymnastics on that bullshit, though. That is alarming to think like that. It's alarming to know. Every time I read questions like this, I get worried for people's safety. Like, and by people, I mean the people who are exposed to these type of people who will berate you for being too kind and caring, which is not a thing, by the way. There's no such thing as being too kind and caring.
Let's see, doctors. Right. I'm too kind and caring. Can't treat you today. You're going to have to plug that bullet wound by yourself.
Right. Like, you're too kind. You're too caring. No, I think what he meant to say was you're not spending enough time with me. Because that to me is the only way that someone could be too kind and caring. Or maybe they gave too much money out and they didn't have. I don't know. But that's not a thing you get upset with somebody about.
Yeah. I saw you were hungry, so I fixed your dinner. You're being too kind and caring.
Too kind and caring. Gotta go. Can't do it. I don't know if that's a real thing. Like, to me, I hope this is a made-up lie, because if someone's yelling at you for being too caring, then, I mean, they're probably a dick, and you probably should have ran anyway.
Well, I think he was just, it wasn't so much that. I just think he was like, it's not okay to, or that flaws are not okay, and it's not okay to be aware of your
it's
flaws.
Not okay. Yeah, it's not okay to be self-aware. It's terrible. And I think self-awareness is the key to this. And this person saying, you know, my biggest flaw is being kind and caring, and I said I'm okay with that. So to them, it's not a flaw.
Yeah, it's
right.
Yeah, I mean, now there is a point at which you can be overly kind. Oh, you need a place to live? Well, here's the keys to my house. Okay, now that's just being stupid.
Right, exactly. Yes, I like how they say there's a fine line between like genius and crazy. There's a fine line between stupid and caring too. And you have to kind of, you know, I don't know. I just don't see it as a flaw. Like, if you're okay with being too kind and caring, then you're okay. Like, I'll move on.
Yeah, you're a little bit over on the other side. I'm not okay with that. So
right,
you go ahead and have a nice life. I'm gonna go. But okay, so that's not for you. But sitting there ripping somebody up because they're okay with their flaw. Now, if it's one of those flaws where they have to
be... You're a kleptomaniac.
Yeah. Or you have to be the center of attention 100% of the time. Yeah, that's going to drive me nuts. I'm going to bring it to your attention. Now, if you're not trying to improve on it because you're just like, hey, this is who I am, we're not going to get along.
Mm-hmm. It's true. I don't know. I can't see myself having a flaw, like being too kind or caring. I've never been told I was either of those. If anything, too cold-hearted would be a flaw to me. Like, you're too cold. You need to learn to warm up to people.
That's this guy.
Yeah, like, he's a dick. Like, I really think if you tell someone, you know, hey, your biggest flaw is that you don't exercise, and they say, I'm okay with being fat and gross, and you're like, well, okay.
Yeah, don't expect me to be driving to a hospital.
Right, I'm not sticking around to help you go on your 600-pound journey, but it's okay if you're okay with it, then who the fuck am I?
Yeah, I mean, that would be like my main concern, is that, okay, relationship develops and stuff, and we're going in for a physical or something, they come back and go, yeah, you're going to lose your leg because your diabetes is completely out of control.
Right.
And
if you want to work with someone, if you continue to live with someone, knowing that that's a fatal flaw, and you allow them to do that, you stay in their life, essentially you're killing them. It's one thing to respect the decision, it's another thing to respect yourself enough to know when to leave a decision, you know, to leave a relationship because of them being okay with their flaws.
Mm-hmm.
You have to just say, okay, if you're fine with that, then that's fine, but I won't be around for it.
And that's part of that whole knowing what you're looking for. Going back to that yet again.
Yeah. You just gotta be smart about this. Listen, once again, flaws are inevitable. But is it, what's an unacceptable flaw to you? Like, John, what's your number one, no can-do'sville baby doll, we're not going further?
Well, I'd have to go back to the traits that I do look for. One of them would be there's just no adventure in their life. I mean, they're like the complete homebody. You go to work, you come home, that's it. Deal done. Hey, let's go for a trip. No.
Yeah.
Hey, let's do this. No. Want to go see a movie? I'm not really up for it.
Yeah. Like, just like straight up Stockholm Syndrome at home. Yeah, I could see that. I could see you like losing your mind with somebody who's like, no, I don't feel like going anywhere at all, ever. And you'd be like, well, how about you feel like
their
getting
out? Their idea
of
adventure is actually watching it like a different show. Because they've burned through the DVDs so much that it's no longer readable. Which I did not know was possible, but I actually knew somebody that did that.
I was like, what the hell do you mean? That's so weird. I don't know. I went from TV to DCR to Blu-ray. But yeah, like, I didn't know you could burn up a DVD either. Anyway, but I don't know. It's just a very weird idea of thinking of you being with somebody who's like a literal couch potato and being like, I love her anyway.
Yeah, it's that. Let's see, somebody who within the first 5 minutes of meeting them, you know their entire life story up to the point that I walked in and said hi.
Yeah.
just oversharing way too much.
Oh my God, so much talking. Yeah, I don't mind talking. I'm a talker. Actually, you're a talker too. Now that I think about it, we talk
I don't mind talking. It's just that I don't need every life detail within the first 5 minutes.
When someone asks you, you ask someone a question, they have to give you an entire backstory. It's exhausting. Like I can't keep up with it. Like I just need yes or no. You know what I mean? Like, and then you can tell me the backstory. That's perfectly fine. But answer the question first, because I'm not going to listen until you give me an answer. That's one of my things.
Yeah,
I don't know, flaws are very weird and they're very specific. I think to each of us, I have some flaws myself. I would like to think I was perfect, truthfully.
No, that's one of the things that I've have over the years, and just doing all the work that I have done, because like actually just developing this course and putting everything together, I realized that there's a lot of stuff that I know that I just haven't thought about. It's something that I just kind of do. I was thinking about that today. I was like, this is kind of like teaching somebody how to drive.
Right.
I just get in the car and I drive. Now imagine sitting there and trying to teach somebody how to drive. All the stuff that I normally pay attention to, and I have to consciously think about it.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Well, I've never really thought about it like that, but it's true. We are kind of we are teaching someone something that we are very good at. I'm pretty good at dating. I'm actually exceptional at talking to people. So I think when we do break down the course and people really get into it, they're going to see a very step-by-step way of doing all these things. And part of our course is accepting your flaws and understanding what needs to change and what doesn't.
And that's just going through that section of the course and going back over all of that research. And some of it is actually relocating it. I'm like, oh, damn. That's something I kind of need to work on.
Yeah, that's true. The hardest part about this course was us actually creating it and having to, like, you know, when we went through all the flaws and all of those things and we're like writing these PDFs, and I'm like, oh my God,
800
Ashley.
Different personality traits.
Yeah, like, you know, pick your favorite 10, and it's like, I am none of these. But I think it's really good that we have done that. Really, we've gone through pretty much a whole personality inventory in the last 3 months, and we've both begun to see where we need to change, what we need to develop, and what needs to be like, all right, chill the fuck out. So it's very fun. I would definitely hop on the wait list if I were you, simply because what else are you doing right now? You know?
Yeah. Well, right now is going through and teaching somebody how to actually bring their personality out in their clothing.
He's obsessed with clothing, guys.
Yeah.
He loves it. He fucking loves clothing. I swear to God.
Yeah, just finding your natural colors, the colors that are uniquely you, and then aligning those to your actual personality. We've gotten like crazy into this, down to the fabrics.
He has gotten crazy into this. I am not a clothing person, but I'm telling you, it's really fun to watch John work, because he'll be like, Ashley, I haven't slept in 2 days and I've been up all night. And I'm like, okay, John, what the fuck are you talking about? And then he's like, I'm designing shirts, and I'll be like, oh, it's so funny. It's so funny. Like, go take a nap, dude. Take the night off. Go relax. Because he's so into fashion, and I'm having a lot of fun watching this happen, because it's hilarious. I've never been into fashion, so seeing someone into fashion is very different. It's kind of like how I'm mildly obsessed with TV.
Yeah.
But like,
well, on top of that, we also layer in I have layered in the color psychology in on top of it.
You see this? It's crazy. And when I go through it, I'm like, holy shit! You know, I didn't even know this was possible. It's
this
amazing.
Is only supposed
and honestly,
to be 2 pages. You made it 10.
I swear to God, like, where did all this? Like, I swear to God, it happens, and it's wonderful, because it's so fun to think about. Like, you guys are going to be going through this, and you're going to be like, does it ever end? And the answer is no, it never ends. It's really fun though. Honestly, if I were to buy the course, I would buy it specifically for the dressing part, because it's so intricate. And John really breaks down everything you need to know about how to dress, and not only how to dress, but why you wear certain things.
The accessories that go along with it.
It is so intricate. And as someone who is terrible in the fashion world, I can tell you, I can now fully put an outfit together, and I can look good in it.
Like, we've actually gone into your natural romantic color.
Do you hear what it like? And he said that, and I was like, what? What is that? And I'm telling you guys, it is the most
and it
intricate,
is based off of your body.
And
that's
so
the
well thought out.
incredible thing, because I mean, the research that went into it, and I think I listed maybe 80 references. So I mean, don't take our word for it. No, here's the science that went
The
into
man's a
it.
genius, people. I'm telling you, he's a genius. John has broken down everything when it comes to fashion. And if that's something you're struggling with, honestly, if you say, I don't feel like I look good in anything, I don't really like this kind of clothing, I don't know exactly what to wear, buy this fucking course because you will know exactly what to wear for the rest of your life. I can now go out and know what I'm looking for.
That's the amazing thing, is that your color palette doesn't change as you age.
Who knew that?
All you have to do is just go into, maybe go from, I don't know, like an emerald green to a soft lime green.
I don't even know what those two colors are. No, I know what emerald is because of the Wizard of Oz. I know what lime is because of limes.
Yeah.
So you can thank TV and drinking for that. But no, seriously, like if you guys really, and I guess to sum up the flaws thing, as we've clearly moved past it, yes, it is okay to have flaws. But if you guys really want to know more about it, because I just, when I see it, when I see the entire section, I am not only blown away, I am amazed that there's so much thought into this. And if you're, honestly, if you're like me and you're not a big fashion person, you go out and you read all that stuff and you go out and then you go to a store, you'll see what I mean. You really change the way, your intentions of shopping, you know exactly what you're looking for. It really makes everything very simple. Everything that we have done for you guys and the sleepless nights is because we want it to be simple. Dating shouldn't be scary. Meeting someone shouldn't be scary. That's all those things should be very fun. And if you're not having fun, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah, I mean, it shouldn't be like this huge challenge. I mean, it's one of those, okay, yeah, there might be a slight challenge. Get the butterflies and you kind of get choked up a little bit going up and talking to somebody for the first time. But it doesn't have to be that way. I mean, we've pointed out several times, or several different ways.
There's only so many times.
You like
so
those
many ways
chips?
you can say this shit. Right.
Man, this light is friggin' long. Or, man, where did all these people come from?
Right, it's just talking. Like,
yeah, it's just
and I think
talking.
A lot of people get scared because they're like, talking to someone? Yes, like that's how you meet people. You talk to them. You get to know them. You don't have to get too personal with them all of a sudden. Because I think it's a very people repellent thing to just get to know someone super intimately really quickly. And I am the biggest hypocrite when it comes to this because I want to know if I like somebody. I want to know what makes them tick. Like I am very, very that. Like I'm an architect and you are my blueprint and I need to know everything about you. But I don't like it when it's like in the beginning of the relationship. You know what I mean? Like 6 weeks in, you should not know all my deepest fears.
That's the great thing about it, is that everything is just like, it progresses naturally. There's nothing forced about it. And something kind of seems a little bit off, talk to them.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll find out, okay, well, this relationship isn't going anywhere, so let's go ahead and remain friends, part ways, and that's pretty much it.
That's it, you know?
Yeah, people look at me and they're like, how are you still friends with your exes? Because we realized it wasn't going anywhere. It's just, there's just too many differences. But we have enough in common that we can actually sit back and kind of enjoy each other's company.
No, I'm a bridge burner, man. Fuck that. You don't want to be with me? Fine. Get away from me forever. Like I'm very, very dramatic in that way. And it is a flaw of mine that I'm working on now, believe it or not. And I think it's something that we all kind of, you know, you as you go through this course, you start to recognize the person that you are. And sometimes you see that person and you're like, I really like this person. Sometimes you're going to go through this course and be like, I really fucking hate myself right now. Here's how I improve. And that's the name of the game. We aren't teaching you how to date so that you can, you know, impress somebody else. First and foremost, we're teaching you how to love yourself. And that's super impressive.
Or become the person that you actually want to be.
Right. Imagine that.
People look at character as, well, that's how you were born. You can't change it.
Not true.
I want to raise the bullshit flag because we have to show you how it's done.
Right. And we've done it ourselves. And that's where it all comes from, is us doing it ourselves. We both put that work in. Trust me, if you met 18-year-old, hell, if you met 16-year-old Ashley and you met me today, you would be like, these aren't the same people. Yeah.
Yeah. I've actually bumped into people from high school and they're like, wait a minute, that's not the person I remember.
Little Johnny!
Yeah. Yeah, they're just like, holy cow. And then they look at everything that I've done. And no kidding, I ran into one person. He worked at McDonald's when he was in high school. He still works at the same McDonald's. He's never left the city. I've traveled around the world.
Insane. And yeah, that's I mean I'm one of the people who lives in this. Well, I live about 20 minutes away, but I do travel a lot, like frequently.
No, I mean he's like literally never gone.
Like his life has never changed.
Yeah, yeah. I mean he's moved from being the spud technician.
He moved from Main Street to Maple Avenue.
Yeah, I mean I was like, I can't. My mind doesn't work that way. I was like,
some people's lives work that way. Yeah, I couldn't either. I couldn't imagine. I would probably want to die. But some people really enjoy being homebodies, and that's who they are.
That's fine if but just talking to him, he was like, man, I wish. And I was like,
then go.
Stop
Does he have
wishing.
Kids? Because kids will fuck your life up too. That's another thing we both got right. We don't have kids, guys. If you have kids, congratulations, happy family stuff. John might have a kid. I don't know. I always picture John secretly having like a wife and like he lives in this bat cave. John's a very mysterious guy. But anyway, so we don't have kids, and if you don't have kids, don't rush into having kids because kids fuck your life up. Let's just I mean, I know you guys love your kids and they're wonderful, and I'm sure your kids are adorable, and please don't send me pictures of them. But not having kids has given us a lot of freedom to do these things. So we've been able to, where most people get married, they have to white picket fence. We've pretty much traveled the world and met so many different people that we are able to decipher or even translate how to become the person you like to be.
And even then, it's not too late. You can always continue to change and evolve. You want to become a person that is more outgoing and like tell your boss, fuck you, get away from me.
Yeah.
Without having to worry about getting fired, or I don't know, at that point you probably don't care. But you can do that. You can like, no, I'm not doing that. That's not part of my job description. Quit piling shit on top of me.
Yeah, no thank you. Yep, I didn't sign up for this.
Yeah, because that was actually one of the things back when I was in the Marines and I was on instructor staff. Means absolutely nothing to anybody that's not in the military. But it was...
No, because I was like, what the fuck is he talking about?
Yeah, pretty much what it is that we were the active duty staff that trained the reserves. Okay, so we have this company that is supposed to be manned by 150 people, and there's only 12 of us. So guess Christ. What? A lot of us wore double and triple hats in order to take care of all that shit that's supposed to be divided up amongst 150 people. No kidding. I had 12 different jobs.
That's insane.
And yeah, my section was the main section. So on top of that, I also had to look after roughly 112 people. Make sure that they were properly trained. They went to medical, had all their had their admin stuff. I mean, they had everything that they needed. And then do my regular job, plus these other jobs, such as, let's see, I became equal opportunity officer. I was in charge
equal opportunity officer? What the fuck is that? Like, what does that even mean?
Any kind of sexual harassment cases,
okay.
Stuff like that. Yeah.
You're the guy who made sure they hired black people? I'm the EEO, okay? Like, 1, 2, 3, that's too many. We need some colors in here. That's cool, though. I'm glad the military has something like that.
Yeah, well, the sexual harassment case those were the bane of my existence because I had to be very careful on how I handled those cases because I was outside the purview of my normal chain of command. Mm-hmm. So or the officer in charge of the company come to me and say, this needs to happen. No, sir, it's not. Now, here's little old E5, me, telling an 09 to go get fucked.
That's true.
But when this investigation's over, guess who I report directly back to?
Remember I told you to get fucked? I was just kidding.
Yeah.
I don't want to clean the kitchen today. You know what I mean? Like, that's fucked. Yeah, that's crazy, though. It's crazy that they would allow someone with that low of rank to handle something like that, but I guess it defeats corruption. Anyway, guys, flaws, remember? We have flaws. As you can see, one of our flaws is going off on tangents. But it's really fun, though. We enjoy what we do, and we don't care that we go off on tangents. It makes a good show. We have a lot of things to do. Are we going to change it? No.
Probably not.
No. Yeah. So if you're like, this is terrible, well, there's 1,000 other podcasts you can listen to.
Yeah. These are some of the things. Body issues is another flaw, because we did have a flaw one come in about body issues, and would you tell me what my flaws are?
I don't like that question.
Yeah, here's one that actually came from a girl, and she's like, which flaw do you think is unacceptable for a potential girlfriend? Double chin, arm fat. I mean, I was like, why? I mean, okay, so I am no good to anybody because I have a little bit of cellulite.
Right, like, I'm 2 pounds overweight. Get away from me. Nobody deserves to see me. Like, see, to me, that the flaw is a fundamental flaw of self-esteem. You have a very low self-esteem. If you think that 2 pounds or, some arm fat is going to distract someone, I don't know. Like, to me, that's just very teenager, very transactional.
Yeah, it's one of those that, okay, so I'm not 6'5" and weigh 320, and I can pretty much just pick my car up and put it into this parking space.
Right. Like, oh, shit. It's terrifying.
I mean, really, when it comes down to it, okay, yeah, they meet all my physical requirements, but damn, they can't get out of the gym.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I've got 5 minutes going to the gym. Oh, really? Or the only meals we have is tofu and wheatgrass.
Ugh, oh my god. I would be so nauseous. I couldn't date a vegetarian for that specific reason because I really enjoy red meat. And if I had to sit and listen to someone complain about the meat industry, I would literally throw them out the window. So I don't date vegetarians because I think being a vegetarian is a flop. Not to offend.
It's fine if that's what you want to do.
Yeah.
Every now and then, I want to have a steak. I want to enjoy some bacon. And it's not going to be tofu bacon.
Oh my god, that's the thing?
Oh, yeah. I ran across that the other day. It's like, or veggie bacon. What the hell? Yeah, you read the ingredients, and I'm like, okay, so it's got all this stuff. It's supposed to be extremely healthy for you. But, yeah, we're going to add this artificial flavor to it. Really?
But we don't meat's murder, but we're going to make everything taste like meat. Whatever,
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't imagine. Like I said, I think when it comes down to things like, visual flaws, to me, it's a self-esteem issue more than it is anything. Like, you need to work on yourself. You need to start loving yourself. Fuck how you look.
Or you're too wrapped up in what other people think. Yeah, I mean, it's great. I mean, you get to work and whoever you're dating is in the passenger seat. Of course, you got to get out of the driver's seat and switch places and get the little smooch in front of the car, and everybody's like, woohoo, yeah. Yeah, it's kind of a little self-esteem booster, but really, is that how I want to base my relationships? I don't know.
And if my friends find this person attractive or not, it's insane. If you are someone struggling with your flaws and you're not sure, is it something you want to change or not? Ask yourself, do you want to? Do you like it? Like, I know that I'm very lazy and I don't clean well. Is it something I like about myself? I don't really mind because I clean when I have to. It's not something where I want to become some sort of obsessive compulsive cleaner. So I just kind of, I make more of an effort to pick up my clothes more than once a week. It's a matter of, do you like this? And be aware about it. Be self-aware, because that, honestly, I think that is the biggest human flaw, is people with no self. I don't know how you can walk around life not being self-aware.
Yeah. Okay. Like, I can actually see through my shirt when I pull it out of the dryer. Yeah. You might want to go buy a new one. But it's my favorite shirt.
Buy one just like it. It's so stupid.
But that kind of stuff, and then it's got cavities, so you might want to go by the dentist once in a while.
Right. Like, oh, my teeth hurt every day. Okay, so go to the fucking dentist.
Yeah, actually.
Change yourself.
That's something I need to...
Me too. I have to go to the dentist.
Yeah, I've got this tooth that I chipped that... now I need to actually get it taken care of. It's only been a while.
Yeah, right. Like, I've only had a cavity for 3 years, but I should probably go to the dentist soon. But once again, that's being self-aware. Knowing you have a cavity and not doing something about it, and understanding that there's consequences versus someone who just literally is in denial that their entire mouth is green. You know what I mean? Like, just be self-aware, I guess. That to me is the only way to battle your flaws, is to know what they are and to, decide whether or not you want to change them.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to become better at something, do it. Yeah, is it going to be easy? Hell no. It's going to take some work. Like, me and basketball do not get along. I can't do that.
That's funny. I'm picturing you playing basketball, and it doesn't look funny. Like, it looks like you're very knobby-kneed. Like, you're like, yeah, that's funny.
I'm one of those Well, I'm way too friggin' short. So, but yeah, you put me in a ring, give me some hand pads and foot pads. I want to tear you
kick
up.
your ass, bitch. Yeah, like
Well, I used to run my own martial arts school, so I get you into a lock and it's done. Because either you're going to pass out or I'm going to rip something.
Yeah, I'm more of like I don't know. I'm an athlete. I'm really bad at hurdles because I'm so fucking short. So if you ever put me in front of a hurdle, I'm just going to go underneath it. Like I can literally like walk underneath it. I'm so short. And yeah, so it's just not my thing. And I know that. Do I want to get better at it? Absolutely not, because I don't give a shit. So I don't. I stay away from hurdles. Yeah. You know, it's that kind of thing. It's just self-awareness, guys. And when you look at yourself, and if you are brave enough to talk to the person that you're dating about this, because beware, it won't necessarily be the most fun conversation you'll ever have. If you're brave enough, do it.
Yeah, because on the last episode, we went out and looked up divorce rate coronavirus. Guess
Jesus
what?
Christ.
Yeah, the lawyers are actually getting more inquiries. Because, I guess people are discovering those flaws. Like, time to go. So we might not have a baby boom uptick. We're going to have a divorce rate uptick.
Either way, someone's getting pregnant.
Yay, I'm free.
Can you imagine all the mistresses that are bored as shit right now? Like,
or they're sitting there like, okay, I've got to. Let's see, Monday is taken to. I can fit you in on Wednesday.
You're with her again? Like, you have to go to this meeting? I thought you were in quarantine. No, it's fine. We're meeting social distancing. Yeah, man, I can only imagine what it's like to be married at this point. If you are married to someone and you are thinking about getting divorced, I say take the time to really think about it. And if it's because of a flaw, you guys should probably discuss it. I mean, don't just go chopping up your whole life, you know? I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, it's y'all do what you want. Meanwhile, I want to be working on minimizing my bad flaws, improving my good flaws, and kind of finding those flaws that I need to become a little bit more self-aware of. So
yes, I think that's pretty much. Actually, I'm pretty much just kind of going through a whole self-inventory now that I'm in quarantine and very alone with myself for a very long time. Yeah, I'm pretty much working on things that irritate me about me, and the rest of the world can kind of just kiss my ass if they don't like it. You know, I want to be happy with myself. I'm not worried about what the other people think at this point.
They're supposed to come in and enhance my life, not drag me down. You know, that's everybody's. You complete me. Nah, bullshit.
No, I'm pretty
I'm not here to complete anybody. I'll join you for your ride. You can come in and join me for my life experiences. But yeah, you're not here to complete anything.
Yeah, no, sorry. Already complete.
Yeah.
That's it, guys. I mean, stay tuned. Obviously, as I'm sure we're going to have a show when we're finally able to leave our houses. We're going to be like, guys, we went outside. That'd be a really fun show.
Yeah. There's these weird things growing out of the ground.
Oh my God, my lawn is probably so disgusting. I started a garden though, so bam. Oh. I wanted to I was convinced that if the world ended, I'm just going to stay home. Like, that's my plan. And none of you know where I live, so I don't have to worry about it, but I'm going to stay home and I'm just going to grow my own food and mind my own business.
All you gotta do is come into my state and look for the worst lawn ever.
It's John's house. Yeah.
Yeah, with my messed up shoulder and everything. Guess what I can't do? Mow.
Yeah, well, where I live, we have an influx of gardeners, so we don't have to worry about any of that stuff. They literally, our neighbor he loves that shit. Like, he enjoys doing lawns. I was like, okay, that's fine.
That's fine because when I go buy a plant, it's dead.
Oh, so. Yeah, I have a black thumb too, and so I've started this garden, and it's going really well. I'm growing rosemary and thyme because I want to create the perfect steak. And there's a burger, not a burger. I was gonna call it a burger joint. It's like a slaughterhouse. Yeah, you can pick out your perfect cow. So I'm gonna make the perfect steak. Yeah, no, I'm trying to grow a green thumb, man. I have a black one too, and so I started this garden. And it's pretty it's working out pretty well. Hopefully I'll have some pictures for you guys. We can post some pictures of my my quote-unquote garden on social media. And if you guys have any tips, I'd love to hear them because I just spray it with water and plant food. I think that's enough, right? That should be it. And it rains a lot. Why am I going to I get very nervous. But anyway, we're not going to talk about my my plant trust issues. Guys, as you can tell, we are losing it. Send in comments, rate, subscribe, share. There's nothing off the table. If you want to come on the show and do some live coaching, we'd love that. It would be very fun to do. And you can say, hey, guys, I looked at your course. I can't really afford it right now. Can I come on your show? We'll do some live coaching. Guys, we love to do stuff like that. So write in, share, leave us reviews, please, because I would like some more reviews to add to the website. Yeah. It makes us look like we know what we're doing.
I mean, just pretty much anything. But if you haven't subscribed yet, you want to do that because, when this course releases, you're going to want to be on the top of the list. Trust me.
And if you're not on the top, it's okay to be on the bottom.
That can be fun too.
I need that on a shirt. Like, we have a lot of quotes, guys, as you can tell. If someone's listening and they really enjoy the show, do me a favor. Download an episode and just pick out some quotes and put together a best of... Actually, we should do that best of John and Ashley.
Yeah, the manufacturer that we have for all of our shirts. And right now, we just have like some shirts and stuff like that. We can do just about anything. You want that thing, you want whatever the quote is, put on a shower curtain, we got you covered.
Yeah. So if you want to hear us say more funny stuff, keep listening. Make sure you comment, like, right? File us on everywhere. Like us everywhere. Love us everywhere. Do whatever you have to do. Interact with us. Get in touch with us if you want to talk about the show, if you want to be on the show, or if you have any simple questions. Everything is kept confidential unless you want it to be released to the world. And that's pretty much it.
Yep. And with that, we will talk to you on the next one.
Bye.
That's all for this episode of the Girls Ask Guys show, where all of us learn to master this thing called life together. For more answers to your questions on life and love, be sure to subscribe to the show so you don't miss a single episode. And head to girlsaskguyshow.com to submit your questions for a future episode or apply to be a guest on the show. Good luck out there, and we'll catch you next time, right here on the Girls Ask Guys show.